and the horse, and I'm like, where's the trailer hitch? And he's like, oh shit, and had to drive all the way back home to get it.
So where are you keeping him?
So he's at, well, this weekend he's at Hawkfield because they're doing pressure washing and painting in the barn, and he was out for a couple days during the day, like all day, and their paddock doesn't have any shade in it, and his nose is like burnt to shit.
Hawksfield is the place you are working for, right?
So the Palms is where I work for.
Oh, okay.
Hawkfield is down the street. They've got the nice covered ring.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, that's what's her name's old place.
yeah. So I took them over there for the weekend just so they could have some shade during the daytime. Because normally they're in the stall during the day and I don't have to.
Who's running Hawksfield now?
Ginny owns it. Ginny Coffin.
Cawthon, yep.
And
She
then-
still owns it.
Eunice manages it, and Eunice is the girl that moved into Bonnie's place. Bonnie with the mobile home and the horses. Eunice lives there now, and she manages Hawkfield.
And what's happening with the palms? Much?
Not a whole lot. So the arena's done, and then they're doing a lot of renovations on the barn, but only on the tack room and the tack room and the apartment upstairs. They're doing renovations, but the guy that they've hired, like, it's taken him 2 years to get this stuff done, and it's nowhere near done. So, and I want to say their budget that they discussed with him to get everything done was like $200,000, like some ungodly amount of money. And I'm like, this barn is built very haphazardly, not very well. For $200,000, you could tear the whole thing down, re-level it, and build an entire new one that has exactly everything you want, and it's built the correct way, not in pieces, and it would be very nice for $200,000. They're like, no, we don't want to do that. So it's just, that barn's been piecemealed together since the driving lady had it.
Yeah, I can't think what her name was, yeah. Well, she sort of built a barn and then she decided she wanted this. And
Yeah, she started with the 6 stalls on the one end, and then
Meta Baxter.
And then she added the 3 more stalls and a feed room, and then they added the wash rack, and then they added the grooming slips in the front, and then they added the tack room there, and then the worst offense is that they added the apartment upstairs just on top of the roof of the tack room. So
I don't know how they even got permitting for that, because you wouldn't believe the permitting shit I had to go through for this place.
I highly doubt it was permanent, because when they started taking everything apart to redo it, there was still shingles on top of the tack room underneath the apartment.
I mean, I have so much rebar in the block on the bottom of this. That the thing is, there is so much rebar on concrete. I am like, what do you guys think is going to live in here?
Right?
And he's like, oh, well, we have to hold the roof on. And I'm like, I got news for you.
It's not going anywhere.
We have to support the roof, is what he said. And I said, I got news for you. It's going to take a herd of elephants to get that freaking stuff out of there. That's all looking very good. So what? We haven't been to the show yet.
Haven't been to the show yet.
And what are we wanting to do with him today?
So I'd like to look at the Trans-Canner transition and then run through that test.
Okay, that's right. We were going to work tests.
The level 1, test 1. And then
Do you know it? I can go grab my phone.
I don't know it.
Let me go grab my phone. Okay, I got it.
So we've been working on that 15-meter half circle, so leg yield to canter transition. We worked on that. The left canter transition is pretty good. The right, he wants to get fussy about it.
And the right one was the one where we figured you had to really use the inside leg
Yeah.
to pick up that canted apart.
Yeah.
And get there maybe a shade early.
Okay.
So let's look at a couple of those. Let's kind of isolate the trot. Try a couple of those transitions. The other thing was the half circle, half circle. Looking at that. And a little bit of looking at the lengthened jog. You actually make the half circle and leg yield away from the leg, huh? Did you mean to do that?
Do what?
Half circle left, leg yield, yeah. So if you're coming in a half circle left, you do leg yielding right. You're doing a half circle right, you're leg yielding left. You come from the inside leg out.
Oh. Okay, I've been doing that backwards then. Okay. So 15-meter half circle and then leg yield this way.
Correct.
Okay. That is much easier than what we've done.
Yeah, you've been doing it the hard way. There you go. That's a lot easier now. Now it's the inside leg forward to pick up that Canada part. Why are we having a problem with that? Stay with your weight on the right side. Move him off your right leg. Drop your right leg longer. Keep the right bend, a strong right bend, and then ask. Right leg at the girth. That's a little better.
And then we do our quick motor circle here.
Yeah. So when he does that, Beth, just flex him inside straight, inside straight. Yeah, get after him with the inside leg a little bit. Because you're not doing anything. There's no reason to pick his head up. Just go canter, horse. There's no reason to throw your head up. Then drop to the trot again. Yep, will he pick up? Just move the outside leg back, but don't use it. And just cue him off the inside leg. Put the outside, nope, you don't need to throw your head. Swap it around, go the other way. Don't use the inside, put the outside on. When he does raise his head, instead of grabbing him, shake it right and left. Shake it right and left. Shake it right and left. Now really stretch into your right leg, because there's no reason for that. Shake it right and left. Down deep. Now canter, horse. Better. Good. Yep. Flex it, yep. You need me to tighten that for you? Yep, good job. I would far rather a horse be too deep than too high. I can fix too deep. I can't fixing too high, it's hard. And fix it, and the penalty for him being too deep, as long as he doesn't stay there, is a 1/2 to 1 point.
Yeah.
Whereas if he goes above the bridle, you're going to lose a couple 3 points.
Yeah.
What's Bonnie Price doing? I haven't seen her in forever.
I don't think she's riding very much. I think she's trying to do the college thing.
She went through a tough time with COVID.
Yeah.
COVID and teenager at that point.
Oh, yeah. She was working at my place for a while, and then school got to be too much. Like school and college applications in senior year and the whole thing. And then so she stopped working at my place. And then after she graduated, I haven't seen or heard from her very much.
I saw her once or twice, maybe. And then they were letting Hannah ride the horse.
And it started rearing.
Or he thought, well, Hannah's way too heavy for him. Plus, that child has more anxiety than anybody I've ever met.
Hannah rides here and isn't hella balanced.
I don't know. She's neurotic when it comes to.
Yeah. And I feel bad for her because they went and bought
Yep.
And now her mom rides the horse?
Yeah, I taught her once or twice, and I'll tell you what, boy. That's very good. Shake the head right and left. Get in that canter. Shake, that's it. "20-meter circle is good. All of that part is good. Let's try the other lead and see what you get.
Good boy.
Good. Good down transition. Yep, take your time before the transition. Yep,
Good boy.
that's really good. Very nice. Steady that trot rhythm a little. Then when you're ready, let's look at the lengthening, and then we'll look at going through the test. But show me the trot lengthening. Let's see what we have there. Not too bad. Think about slow down a little bit in the corner and build the lengthening rather than trying to explode. Build. Long neck. Yep. That's it. You know, it's the first time you've had to show this and a big transition down. So really show a big comeback in the corner. Take your time, not too fast out of the corner. You don't want to come through the corner fast, faster, fastest. And now go. Build it up. 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6. And now back. 6, 5, 4. So if you think you're going at 4 miles an hour, you come out of that corner and you build it to 5 to 6, carry the 6 all the way, and then bring it back down 5, 4. That's it. And you really want to think, especially in the beginning like this, he needs to push his nose out because they want to see a lengthening of the frame as well as a lengthening of the stride.
Okay.
When you get to second and third, they don't want to see the frame lengthen as much.
Okay.
But by then, the horse has figured out how to lengthen his stride.
Okay.
All right. The test goes like this. You enter in the working jog. X is the halt salute. C track left.
Okay.
E will be a half circle. So right away, bing, bang, boom. E half circle left, 15 meters with the leg heel to the quarter line at M. M will be your lope. Take your time. We'll run through it first. Then C is the circle. Then HXF is going to be changed rein in the working lope. Then X is the jog. Proceed in trot. C track left. E 15-meter half circle, and then the leg heel to the track at M. Be careful not to drift right before you turn left. Yep. Then M is your loop. And C is the 15-meter circle. Very nice. Then you're going to go across the diagonal, HXF. X is going to be your trot. Then K will be the walk. So jog all the way around to K, king. Yep, at K, king. Want to do it a little bit earlier. V to M to R. Nope, V to M is the free walk. V, Victoria. Sorry. You want to go back and do that again? V, Victoria to M is going to be your free walk. M will be the working walk, and C is going to be a jog. So C will be the jog, and then S to I to R is the half circles, and then the other 15-meter leg yield canter. This part comes fast. Keep the jog, keep the jog, keep the jog. Perfectly straight, and now the other way. Yep. Now down to B, 15-meter half circle, right. Then the leg yield to H, and the canter depart. That was better. And the 20-meter circle?
20 or 15?
20. Canter circle is 20. Then MXK, change ring. X is going to be your jog. Straight, jog. All the way around to F, Frank. From Frank to Stella. Lengthen the stride in the trot. Frank to Stella. Star. S. So from that corner to S, so it's a short diagonal. Now go all the way down. Then B to X. Half circle right, 10 meters. I hold, rein back. 4 to 6. So I is between R and S. So the second half of this test gets really busy. Yeah, too much walk. And proceed in jog to halt at G. So the second half of that test gets super busy.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of tootle around doing nothing and then it's bing bang boom.
Yeah.
So he handled the Canada part better.
Yeah. I think Heather Fultz and I were talking about hopefully first level will keep him a little bit more busy while we're riding so that he doesn't have time to go
Right. And look around the
and all
countryside.
that. Yeah.
The other thing, when he does go to come up, you don't want to just try to hold it. Keep the reins out in front and move that head right and left. Shake that head right and left and then drop him back down again.
Okay.
The tighter the rein, the more he's going to lock up. But the longer you can keep that neck and say, hey,
Stop
stay
and
there.
grab. Okay.
You want to try that again?
Yeah, we can do that again.
Where's Heather Foltz keeping a horse these days?
He moved down to Wesley Chapel.
To where?
Wesley Chapel, like down there by Jade City.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And she's at some person's like private barn. They have like one horse, and she boards her horse there.
Hey! Bud! You better get your old butt home! Not your barn! Bug was beaten up on Sprite. So if you see Bug, kick her little butt back to the yard.
Will do.
Now make sure you don't drift to the right before you turn left. Keep that jog nice and active. E is the 15-meter half circle, returning to the track. Oh, and then leg yielding to M. Little bit more energy in the jog. Remember to think ranch horse, not pleasure horse. See, in M is your canter part. C is the 20-meter circle. What happened there?
He was like, "Here, I know what we're doing. I'll just canter for you."
Yep, round him up a little bit because he's just a little bit, flex his neck, right and left, and that'll soften him. HXF, change rate. X, trot. That was a little bit early. K, walk. K as in king, walk. And then it's V to M is your free walk. Good. M is back to your working walk. C is your jog. Then S to I and I to R is the half circle, and then right away the 15-meter half circle to the leg yield to the canter to the 20 meters. So life comes quick here. Flex him a little bit. Just rock his head gently. Yeah, half circle, half circle. So you want to think you can almost just move that bit in his mouth without any backwards pressure. Yeah, now push him up with the leg. Then the 15-meter half circle. Leg yield. Bring the shoulders first. Shoulders first. Flex that neck up into the canter and the 20-meter circle.
Go back.
He said, I did it once. I'm not doing it again. Now flex his neck now. If he will flex his neck right and left, he's not going to lock up. If he won't flex that neck, you know he's going to lock up and spit the bridle. Can you flex that neck? Will he move that neck right and left? If it won't supple, then you're going to have a problem. That's it. Now the 20. So anytime you go to flex that nose right and left and he says no, you know he's locked up even though his head might be looking good. Then across the diagonal to X. X is going to be your trot. And then around the corner to F as in Frank. And then F to S is the lengthened stride in the trot. Show me the transition back. Whoop. Yep. Then B is a 10-meter half circle onto the center line. I will be the halt, rein back 4 to 6. You are at first level now. Yep. Can you flex his nose right and left? Just rock his nose. A little bit undershot that 10 meters. Yep. Flex him softly before you back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, and jog off. 7. So stop a sec. When you go to back, look at his shoulders. Now back. Right, left. See the shoulders move? That's how you know how many steps you've gotten. Yeah. Okay? And then immediately jog off. And a lot of horses will take one step, you know, when you say stop, there'll be one more stride. So you got to figure out if your horse is a 1-strider or a 2-strider, in which case you stop it. If it's 4 to 6, I start stopping at 4 because if he takes an extra one, I'm okay.
Yeah.
If he takes 7, you go for 6 and he takes 7.
Then it's too many.
Now it's too many and you're in trouble.
Yeah. What about the halt to walk or halt to trot transition?
It needs to be direct. So, you know, your directives here, they're right here. So one of the things they want to see, like in the entry one, they want to see the straightness. Yeah. Everybody gets hooked up on, is he square? Judge can't tell if he's square. In fact, the judges are penalized for saying horse square.
Really?
Because at C, you cannot tell if he's square. You can tell if he's straight. But in judge school, if they say square, that is a huge penalty. So the straightness is the only thing they can comment on.
Okay.
They can't judge it. They can't see it.
Unless you have one at like B or something.
If you have one at B, now they can say something.
Yeah.
But the judge at C cannot comment on it.
Yeah.
Which is why sometimes judge at C will give you an 8. The judge at E will say, no, you're only getting a 5 because you're cockeyed as hell.
Yeah.
Because her view is different. That's why for the Olympics they have so many. Okay? So they want to see that. They want to see the willingness to stop
Yeah.
and the willingness to go.
The willingness to go into the trot.
So at first, when you are doing training in level basic,
Yeah.
you're allowed to walk out of it. First level, he should take maybe one step, if that, and up into it.
Because I have a problem, and I don't know if it's me or him, we have a problem going halt to trot. So like,
And that may just be the level at which he's at. Now, most of the time, they will forgive you one step or so, but no more than that.
yeah.
Because it's halt immobility. And that's where people get into trouble too, with squaring up their halts. In the rein back, he's not going to be square when he stops reining back. In the halt, if you mess with the halt, your horses learn to not stand still.
Yeah.
So if he's not square, if you don't like the halt, if he's not straight, go forward, fix it, but don't correct it in the halt.
Was there a way that I'm not thinking of to make that transition up quicker?
That's fine, you just got to develop it. The other thing is to be very picky with yourself about being straight. You know, if you do a halt on a curved line, your horse is not going to be straight. So when you practice these, one, always make certain you come into it straight, you leave out of it straight. So stop again. Now, give the rein, close the leg, trot, cluck to him. I'll stake that. Now stop again. Give the rein, close the leg, trot. Yep, that's okay. And again. Give the rein, close the leg, trot. That is acceptable. And you want to think about doing a lot of halt to trot transitions. Yep, hurry up, horse. Even thinking about, I want to go halt to trot to medium trot. Halt to trot to medium trot. And then to the halt again. Halt to trot to medium trot.
Good boy, there we go. Medium.
Yeah. And then once they kind of get onto it, you're okay.
Yeah.
Halt to trot to medium trot. Good. That's acceptable. Don't make the trot to the halt too abrupt. Good. So you want to think when you're riding a test pattern, not every movement is going to be perfect. There's some movements that you know, like that right lead canter, are not going to be great. You want to work on it, make it better, but don't drill it.
Yeah.
So your free walk is something you do really well. That's your 8. Remember, straight 7s is a 70% test. A couple of 8s thrown in. So really, and I remember having a judge tell me this. She said, you know, I don't care if you work on your walk from now till God comes back. He's never going to have better than a 6, 6.5 walk. Mm-hmm. That's what God gave it.
Yeah.
So your job is to make sure that you at least get your 6, but don't keep trying to make it a 7 or 8. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
But you have really good piaffe and passage, so you pull your points there.
Mm-hmm.
and figure that out. And I actually even took some lessons with a woman out of Europe. And I said, you know, I need bigger gates on this horse. Everybody bitches at me. He was a little Arab warm blood cross. And I said, you know, I just can't seem to get, especially in the trot, bigger, bouncier gates. I think it cost me about 450 damn bucks. She was 100. I had 3 rides with her, and by the 3rd fucking ride, she looked at me and she said, you know, you're right. He really doesn't have bigger gates, does he?
Oh my god. I did play with the lengthened canter yesterday when I rode, and that was really nice.
And
He actually puts
one of the things we've got, actually, I've got a Arab warm blood cross right now that tends to be a little bit disappointing in that you expect this horse to have really good gaits, and he's chippy.
Yeah.
And we've done everything, and then I don't even know why the other day I looked at him and I thought, And we started doing medium canter to trot. No slow down. He had to trot out of the medium canter. And that really made a huge difference to his gait. So sometimes you gotta really medium canter to trot. I don't want to be trotting out of breaking out of a medium canter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He crashed and he didn't even crash. He really came out using himself. So as you move up the levels, I don't know, somebody I was talking to the other day said, well, I don't want to move up until I'm consistently getting 70% or better. You know, sometimes you're not sitting on a 70% horse.
Yeah. Well, and like in his case, some of the tests that are super easy,
They
like,
get bored.
he's like, I don't have enough to do here, so I'm going to start being stupid.
You know, and that happens. And you just kind of figure out what they do best, and that's go with that and make it, you know, clean up your points.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was showing also becomes a ring game. Yeah, you train your horse, you get everything right. But a lot of it also becomes a ring game. Where can I show off stuff and buy a few extra points?
Yeah.
Where can I hide?
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have, let's say, I got a horse that doesn't have a great lengthening. Don't keep going for broke and blowing it.
Yeah.
Come back down. Don't do a whole lot. Show them that you know what you did. The comment's going to be needs more. You know, you and I know, we ain't got no more. But they don't know that.
Yeah.
So I'll get a 6 maybe for that. If I go for the more,
and you ruin the next 3 transitions.
I break or whatever happens, and they go, oh shit, look, it gets really irregular, and now I'm screwed. You know?
Yeah.
So you have to learn to play the ring game a little bit too.
Yeah.
As much as learning to ride the test.
And I try to pick, I was so stupid. Last time I went to a show, I don't know what tests I picked, but I picked 1 or 2 tests that didn't have the free jog, and I was like, you idiot.
Yep.
Why would you do, because his free jog now is like
Right.
super nice, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah. You know, you just kind of, so picking and choosing on your tests is also a biggie.
Yeah.
As to, you know, where you're going to work, avoiding some tests.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for whenever we get to the,
But definitely,
The length
especially with the smarter horses, you know, some of those tests just get really boring.
yeah,
And you're better off with a busy test that keeps that horse.
working.
My gray horse, you know, Spanky's very difficult. He's long-necked, he's long-backed, very difficult to keep up and keep together. If I have a test where I have to go for long periods with nothing to do, I have nothing. I have no transition, I have no trick, I have nothing to hold this balance together. And he'll crash and burn. The more difficult the test, or the busier the test, I constantly have something that's rocking his ass back.
Yeah.
And that helps me out. If I got to do a flat class on him,
Oh God.
flat classes on him are hard because,
Yeah.
you know, especially the longer they go, it's like, would you guys hurry up? I'm running. I can't keep this, you know, I need a
out of steam.
transition in here somewhere.
He does. He's a lot like that. He does really well in like we're doing the ranch riding, like he does super nice in the ranch riding with the pattern, and he does nice if you do like equitation or something. And then in flat class, he's like, cool, we've been trotting, everyone else is trotting faster than me. I'm kind of bored. I think I'm going to start trying to race everyone.
Yeah.
And he's a very awkward size in that if we go in the hunters, he's too small. And then if we go in the ranch, he's too big. So the ranch trail, he like plows through everything because it's made for these 14-hand
Right.
horses
Right.
to pick through. And then the hunters, he's like, I'm trying to keep up, I'm trying.
Well, and he's being blocky the way he is. I can see how the hunter, not that the quarter horses go that fast, but to push him out to that quarter stride is not, for him to do a semi-lengthen, because that's basically where you want to be, that's not something he can carry for a long period of time.
Yeah. Without losing balance or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a good boy though. So,
And the other thing we had a lot of success with, I've got a little paint mare. She was having a lot of trouble. You want me to hold him and you can get your camera? With the down transition, because she's a very heavy mare. And we actually started doing a lot of pole work with her. We set poles up on the ground and had a canter